Oh, you believe that Yandy and Mendeecees were the ideal hip-hop and love couple? Well, no, darling, this drama just took a turn for the worse. And by worse, I mean career-wise. Word on the street is that Mendeecees didn't simply lose his temper. Oh no, this man snapped. And that resulted in a relationship-destroying scandal that exploded. And the most bizarre part, it all happened in front of cameras, with people yelling and Yandy saying, "Oh honey, the way you handled it, you're not ready." The reason why Mendeecees blew up, darling, will become clear to you after you learn what Yandy did and who was involved. Let's just say that Scrappy's name is being spelled and the receipts are burning. And it didn't end there. Security hauled him out right after. Not only that, but she was seen on camera saying something that could ruin DC's career, and Scrappy, my honey, entered the room as if he knew what was about to happen. You better fasten your seatbelt because I'm going to spill some tea, and trust me, this isn't even close to being over. If you believe that Yandy and Mendeecees were living a happy life together, you might want to reconsider, because what happened might have ended their relationship for good. When I say over, I mean scorched earth, burn the bridges, don't ever look at me again type of over. You won't believe how it all began, sweetie. This wasn't an immediate catastrophe. It was years in the making. Let's rewind and examine how we got here. Yandy and Mendeecees have been one of the most iconic couples on Love and hip-hop for years. Fans followed them through infidelity scandals, legal troubles, and shady business moves. Yandy, standing by Mendeecees, appeared to be the epitome of a ride-or-die woman. But it seems Mendeecees wasn't displaying the same kind of loyalty. Rumor has it that behind closed doors, Mendeecees has been moving shady for quite some time, and Yandy? Oh honey, she was hiding the truth the whole time, until last night, when it all fell apart. It started as a typical date night. Yandy and Mendeecees were spotted entering a fancy Atlanta lounge, looking like the perfect power couple. Mendeecees was sporting a fresh cut, and Yandy had on a fire designer dress. Picture perfect, right? But insiders say the energy was off from the second they walked in. Yandy was stiff-faced, and Mendeecees was glued to his phone. And then, everything went downhill. Witnesses claim that Yandy and Mendeecees were sitting in the VIP area when Scrappy walked in. Over the years, Scrappy and Mendeecees have had a complicated relationship. Publicly, they were cool, but behind the scenes, there was tension. And last night, that tension blew up. According to a source who was in the club, Scrappy walked into VIP and gave Yandy a warm hug. Mendeecees' face, honey, went from relaxed to tight in a matter of seconds. And then it got messy. When Scrappy walked away, Yandy leaned in and whispered something to Mendeecees that made him stiffen. He slammed his glass down and said, "So that's what we're doing now." Yandy replied calmly, "I don't know what you're talking about." But Mendeecees wasn't letting it slide. "Don't play with me, Yandy. Don't sit here in my face and act like you don't know what's going on." Yandy rolled her eyes and said, "If you're so pressed, why don't you go ask Scrappy?" Phew. Mendeecees clenched his jaw and whispered through gritted teeth, "What the hell is that supposed to mean?" Yandy, unbothered. Witnesses say Mendeecees' hands were shaking. Security started inching closer. Then, he grabbed Yandy's arm. Not forcefully, but enough for Yandy to jerk away and shout, "Don't touch me." And that was it. Mendeecees flipped the entire table. Glasses and bottles flew. Security rushed in to hold him back. He was yelling, top of his lungs, and all eyes were on them. Just like that, the fantasy, over. The truth, on full display. And the consequences, oh baby, they just started. Oh baby, she just grinned. Perhaps she should ask Scrappy. Who the heck do you think you are, Yandy? You think you can make me and Yandy look foolish. Even when, my God, security was pulling me out of the lounge, he continued to yell. Tell me the truth, Yandy. I deserve to know. Yandy stood there fixing her hair, appearing entirely unconcerned. And then guess who? Scrappy entered, appearing quite at ease and making eye contact with Mendeecees. When security pulled him to the door, Scrappy had a sly smile on his face. Mendeecees said, "It's him, isn't it? You've been seeing Scrappy behind my back." Yandy didn't deny it, but perhaps Mendeecees needed to have been more attentive. Oh my God, he lunged at Scrappy, but security had already dragged him back, and Scrappy simply shrugged and said, "That's just the way it is, bro." Oh, and Mendeecees, oh honey, he's supposedly going crazy behind the scenes. Insiders claim that Mendeecees has already gotten in touch with his solicitors and intends to emotionally and financially break off from Yandy. According to a source familiar with the matter, Mendeecees feels deceived not only by Yandy but also by Scrappy. He will not tolerate this, and Yandy, unfortunately, picked the wrong time to play games. The morning following the event, Yandy shared a mysterious Instagram story that stated, "What's done in the dark always comes to light." Well, the question now is, how long has this been going on? Did Yandy actually cheat on Mendeecees with Scrappy? Why isn't Scrappy even attempting to dispute it? The most bizarre aspect is that this is only the beginning, as insiders claim that Mendeecees is going to share his version of events. And baby, the specifics he's prepared to disclose are going to completely upend the hip-hop and love world. So what will happen next? Will Yandy lose everything? Or will Mendeecees be the one who's going to emerge from this appearing as the victim? Honey, you had better stay tuned, because the next chapter of this tale is going to get worse. If you thought Mendeecees' public outburst was awful, honey, you haven't seen anything yet. After Mendeecees was pulled from the lounge by security, things began to fall apart quickly. And most bizarrely, this wasn't just a haphazard disagreement or miscommunication. Oh no, this was personal, and Yandy and Scrappy's mannerisms made that loud and clear. Mendeecees yelling at Yandy in front of half of Atlanta is about to turn his life into a living hell. So let's continue where we left off. Everyone realized that this was far more than just a simple situation when Scrappy stood there looking cocky as hell, and Yandy didn't even try to dispute it. Insiders claim that once Mendeecees was pulled from the lounge, Yandy didn't even immediately leave. Instead, she sat down again, ordered another drink, and continued conversing with Scrappy as if nothing had occurred. According to witnesses, Scrappy leaned in to whisper something in Yandy's ear, and Yandy laughed. If Yandy felt so at ease sitting with Scrappy after her partner was just hauled out by security, then this is what it implies, baby. This has been going on behind the scenes for some time, so the scenario wasn't new, but it becomes worse now since later that evening Yandy and Scrappy were seen together once more. Yes, they were seen on video rolling up to a posh hotel in downtown Atlanta after leaving the lounge. And honey, the way Scrappy had his hand on her back. Indeed, they weren't exactly attempting to play low-key, but it didn't end there. Since the following morning, Yandy posted an Instagram story that sent the internet into a frenzy. Yandy was seated in the passenger seat of a car with Scrappy driving. The caption read, "What's done in secret always comes to light." Fans started piecing together the details right away. People were in the comments saying things like, "Wait, is Yandy really playing with Scrappy? So Mendeecees wasn't crazy after all." Meaning that Yandy has been acting messy with Scrappy for a while. TMZ, Hollywood Unlocked, The Shade Room. Within hours, they were all reporting on it, so you know it's serious when the blogs get involved. The headline that began trending on Twitter was "Scrappy after public meltdown with Mendeecees," and the comments were going viral. Mendeecees must be feeling ill right now because wow, Yandy left him for Scrappy, who is currently destroying marriages. However, this is the part that truly impressed everyone. Mendeecees wasn't going to allow Yandy and Scrappy to get away with this. Oh no, sweetheart. Mendeecees was already preparing his return. Sources close to the matter claim that as soon as Mendeecees' manager saw the pictures of Yandy and Scrappy together, he called him. When I tell you Mendeecees was pacing his house and yelling into his phone, believing, "She really thinks she could play me like this?" Baby, that was the moment Mendeecees decided he wasn't just gonna sit back and look foolish. Oh no, he was coming for both Yandy and Scrappy. And how did he start? With a call to one of his closest friends, who also just so happens to run one of Atlanta's hottest gossip blogs. And let me tell you, the tea Mendeecees dropped? Phew, it's about to make this whole situation 10 times messier. According to the insider, Mendeecees told his friend that the affair between Yandy and Scrappy wasn't just some one-night slip-up, it had been going on for months. While Mendeecees was out here grinding, managing business, and trying to build their empire, Yandy was allegedly setting up secret link-ups with Scrappy behind his back. You want details? Mendeecees supposedly has screenshots, texts, from Yandy's own phone, scheduling meetings with Scrappy. And y'all, some of those texts date back to when Mendeecees was out of town. So, she really thought she could get away with it? But guess who allegedly knew this was going on all along? Erica Banks. Yes, baby. Erica Banks had the tea months ago and supposedly tried to warn Mendeecees. According to an insider, Erica told him straight up, something ain't right between Yandy and Scrappy. But he didn't believe her. And now, he's kicking himself because she was right the whole time. And here's what really pushed Mendeecees over the edge. Apparently Yandy and Scrappy weren't even trying to hide it anymore. Public appearances, flirty IG interactions, subtle shade in captions, it was all adding up. But Mendeecees isn't the type to storm out and disappear. Nah, the man is calculated. Word on the street is that he's already in talks with a major gossip outlet to do a tell-all interview. And baby, the receipts he's about to drop? Industry shaking. Allegedly, he plans to reveal how deep the betrayal went, how long it lasted, and how even their castmates on Love and Hip Hop knew something shady was going on. Oh, and speaking of Love and Hip Hop, get ready. Because according to insiders, Mendeecees, Yandy, and Scrappy are all set to appear at the upcoming reunion episode, and it's about to go down. Security has been doubled, producers are bracing for chaos, and let's just say no one's expecting a calm sit-down. How long has this been going on? Did Yandy and Scrappy really think Mendeecees wouldn't find out? Why isn't Yandy even trying to deny anything? And why is Scrappy walking around like he just won a prize instead of breaking up a relationship? Don't get too comfortable, because the mess ain't over yet. The next part of the story? Phew. It's about to set the whole franchise on fire. See, while Yandy and Scrappy thought the worst was behind them, Mendeecees was making silent moves. After the explosive lounge incident, hotel footage, and IG story mess, he wasn't just mad, he was devastated. And when you mix betrayal with humiliation, you don't get tears. You get revenge. So what did Mendeecees do next? He reached out to Mona Scott Young, the executive producer of Love and Hip Hop. And y'all, rumor has it, he gave her an ultimatum. It's him or me. That's right. Mendeecees allegedly demanded that Scrappy be cut from the next season. Now we all know Mona doesn't shy away from drama. If anything, she lives for it. So rather than make a decision right away, she agreed to let the cameras roll as Mendeecees, Yandy, and Scrappy face off one-on-one at the reunion. The tension? It's already boiling. But baby, it gets even wilder. Not only is Mendeecees trying to get Scrappy off the show, he's also going after his money. Word is, he's talking to his legal team about a potential lawsuit against Scrappy for emotional distress, reputational damage, and even breach of professional contracts. Y'all cheating. That's messy. Cheating on camera with a co-star and humiliating your partner publicly? That's lawsuit-level messy. And the fact that Yandy was still out here liking posts, going live, and sipping cocktails with Scrappy while all this was unfolding? It's almost sociopathic. But this is Love and Hip Hop, baby. Nothing is off limits. And Mendeecees, he's not taking this one lying down. Oh baby, it just keeps getting messier. According to sources close to the situation, as soon as Mendeecees' manager saw those now viral photos of Yandy and Scrappy together, he picked up the phone and made that call. And when I say Mendeecees lost it, baby, he wasn't pacing. He was stomping across the floor screaming, "She really tried to play me like this?" And that's when Mendeecees decided he wasn't about to just sit back and let it slide. Nope. He made a few calls of his own, and one of those calls, it was to the owner of one of Atlanta's biggest gossip blogs. Because if Yandy and Scrappy thought they could embarrass Mendeecees publicly, then guess what? He was going to return the favor tenfold. Insiders are saying Mendeecees has been sitting on receipts, text messages from Yandy's own phone, that show she was coordinating meetups with Scrappy behind his back. And baby, those messages allegedly go back months. Even worse, they were sent while Mendeecees was out of town on business, trying to keep their empire running. Oh, but wait, it gets shadier. Allegedly, Yandy was using funds from a joint business account to finance those little getaways with Scrappy. We're talking about flights, hotels, luxury dinners, all on Mendeecees' dime. That, my love, is fraud. And if Mendeecees can prove it in court, Yandy and Scrappy are both looking at serious trouble. And let's talk about how Yandy is acting like she's above it all. Because right after the hotel scandal blew up, sis went live on Instagram, sipping wine, blasting Beyoncé's Irreplaceable, and flipping her hair like she didn't just get exposed. Her caption? Moving on. Girl. The shade practically blocked the sun. Then Scrappy came through with his petty, He posted a shirtless selfie with the caption, "Loyalty over everything." Fans were losing IT in the comments. Loyalty? You mean like sneaking around with your boys, girl? You just did Mendeecees dirty, and now you're quoting loyalty? Oh, and let's not forget, some fans were here for it. One person tweeted, "Yandy is finally the villain this season, and I'm living for it." But baby, that's where Mendeecees said, enough is enough. Because Mendeecees isn't just planning to expose them. Oh no, darling. He wants to destroy them. Word on the street is he's already in talks with TMZ, Hollywood Unlocked, and a few other heavy-hitting blogs. And he's ready to drop everything. We're talking about private meetings, bank statements, screenshots of shady DMs, even alleged audio of Scrappy talking trash about Mendeecees while laying in bed with Yandy. According to an insider, Mendeecees gave that woman everything, and now he's taking it all back. Oh, and Scrappy? You're not off the hook. Word is, Mendeecees' legal team is working overtime to block him from securing new record deals, endorsements, or participating in the next season of Love and HipHop. They are building a case for emotional distress, breach of partnership, and commercial sabotage. And Yandy, she's trying to play it cute, but sources say she's sweating. Rumors say she already reached out to Mona Scott-Young to try to control the narrative. But baby, Mona can smell ratings from a mile away. Insiders claim Mona is already planning a special sit-down episode with Yandy, Scrappy, and Mendeecees. And it's going to be a ticking time bomb. She wants every tear, every scream, and every receipt on camera. And just when you think that's the end of it, Mendeecees pulls out one last ace, a diss track. Yes, honey, the man who once wrote love letters is now spitting bars. Insiders say he's already laid down verses like, "I put you on, gave you the name. You slept in his bed and still played the game. Now you're out here blaming me, but you were the one getting cozy with Scrappy." Chilly, Scrappy allegedly told a friend, if he drops that track, it's war. So what happens next? Will Yandy keep riding with Scrappy or fold under pressure? Will Scrappy go down in Love and hip-hop history as the most chaotic man alive? Will Mendeecees burn it all down with lawsuits, interviews, and a chart-topping heartbreak anthem? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Because baby, this ain't the end. It's just the prelude to the messiest chapter yet.